Good morning, everyone. I hope all are fine and doing their study properly. So, today we will discuss about the parameters in our programming. Okay, in our user defined methods, how many parameters are there, and how we can use with the help of we will see. Firstly, what are the parameters? Parameters are the variables that is passed through the open parenthesis. You can see in a method. So two types of parameters are here, actual parameter and formal parameter. So actual parameter, the actual value that are passed directly or through variables to the respective method at the time of calling is called actual parameters. Okay, these are the parameters, the actual value that are passed directly or through variables to the respective method at the time of calling the method are called actual parameters, and they are defined the calling program. The actual parameter are defined the calling program. I will show you how it works. And second one, formula parameters. So formula parameters sent by the value sent by calling program or received in the parameter described in the method, and the parameter that receive the value from the caller program are known as formal parameters. Okay, so this is the difference between actual parameters and formal parameters. Now look at the example. Okay, this is a program of class calculate. You can see class name is class calculate. Three variables I have used. Instance variables, it is called instance variable. Already we have discussed earlier. A, B, S, these are the instance variable because it is defining before the method, outside the method. Now first method you can see void accept. Void accept is a method. You can see in this method we have two variables. You can see parameters m and n, and it is known as formal parameters. Okay, clear? At the time of we are when we are writing program int and m and n. Okay, inside the method we are calling it formal parameters. Now you can see a. Now we will do a equal to m and b equal to n. Okay, because our local instance variables is a, b and s, and int m and n are the formal parameters. So we have to equalize a equal to m, b equal to 1. The value of a will store in m, the value of m is store in a, and the value of n is store in a b. Another method you can see sum, void sum. In this method it will add two variables. Okay, so now you can see s is another variable, and it will add a plus b, two variables, two instant variable in a s. You can see the result of is s. Then third one, public static void main. In this method you can see we will call all the two method already we have used in this program. So you can see in this method firstly we will create a object, calculate is a class name object, and new calculate is a new object of the class, same class. Okay, calculate is a class name object, one object, and new calculate is another object of same class. Now you can see int if we are calling the initializing the value I equal to 4, int I equal to 4 and j equal to 2. Okay, I and j, we are using the another variable a, I and j, and you can see it is called actual parameters. Okay, actual parameter, and this value will be passed in a plus b. Okay, int I equal to 4 and j equal to, these are the actual parameters you can see, and it will use to, as I said, the actual values that are passed directly or through the variables to the respective method at the time of calling. Okay, we will use this parameter at the time of calling, is called actual parameter, and they are defined in the calling program. The actual parameter I and j are defining the calling program. Clear? And after that object sum. So two method we have used, object accept one method and object sum. So after that if we compile it, no syntax error. Okay, and if we see the output, so you can see just the output. So output is 6 because our first variable is 4 and second variable is 6. Okay, so in this case there is a difference between actual parameter, actual formal parameters. These are formal parameters. This one m and n are formal parameters, and I and j are actual parameters. That is the difference between actual parameter and formal parameters. I hope you have understood it. Okay, then just revise it and make a notes in your notebook properly. Thank you. Have a nice day.